Hi everyone. So today we're going to be learning about imputation with Pandas fill_NA function. The problem we're going to be trying to tackle is that sometimes our datasets have missing values, which we can't have because machine learning algorithms don't deal well with missing values. So the question becomes, how do we deal with it? Well, there's a few solutions. Number one, we could try to drop each feature which contains a missing values. So if a column has missing values in it, we could just drop that entire column off of our data frame. Alternatively, we could drop the rows which contain missing values. So if there's a particular entry that doesn't have all of its data fully filled out, we could just drop that row. Both of those solutions are pretty viable, but they can leave us with a lot less data sometimes. And so the third solution comes about, which is imputation. It's just filling in the missing values. And so imputation is the idea of dealing with missing data points by substituting in new values. Common strategy is to replace the missing data points with the mean, median, or mode of that feature. So the mean, and we're going to just do a quick stats refresher here in case these concepts are a little rusty for you. The mean is the numerical average. So the mean of 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, all of that divided by 4, which equals 2.5. The median is the middle value. So the middle value of the set 1, 3, 10 is 3. 3 is in the middle of that set. The mode is the most frequent value. So the mode of 1, 3, and 3 is 3. 3 occurs most frequently in this data. All right, let's get the data. So we're going to be getting the data from kaggle.com. You can click on this link here, and it will take you to Kaggle, where you can download train.csv with this download button here. As usual, I'm going to import pandas as PD. And we're going to read the data in with pandas read CSV function. And of course, we're going to set this equal to df. Let's look at the head of our data frame. As you can see, this data frame contains lots of columns, 81 columns in total. For the purposes of these exercises, we're going to work with a subset of this data frame. So let's create a copy of 4 of the features from our data set. So we're going to create the data frame called housing, which is going to be the features lot frontage, fireplace, quality, garage, year built, and basement condition. And we're going to create a copy of this data frame so that we don't manipulate the original data. All right, let's look at the head of that housing data frame. So let's explore the missing data on this housing data frame. We're going to do that by calling the isNull function on our housing data frame. This returns a data frame with true and false values for all of the features. So you can see that since lot frontage, the first entry, has a 65, it's not null. But since we're missing a value here for the first fireplace quality entry, we get a true here. We're going to sum up all of these true-false values and get a total count of how many missing values per feature we have. As you can see, fireplace quality is missing quite a few. We're going to take this same data and divide it by the length of our housing data frame. This will give us our data as a percentage, the missing data as a percentage of the number of rows. As you can see, the fireplace quality is missing in 47% of the rows. That's a problem. For that reason, we're going to drop the fireplace quality feature altogether. We do that by saying housing.drop fireplace quality. We want to do it in place so it doesn't return the data frame, and we want to do it along axis equals 1, which is the columns. If you get an error here, it may be that you didn't create a copy of the data frame up here. It could also be that you may have forgotten one of these parameters. So make sure you've got all these parameters here. All right, let's look at this new housing data frame. As you can see, now we've only got 3 features, and we're going to be looking at imputing values for these 3 features. Alright, let's impute our missing variables. So I'm going to create a garage year mean here, and this is going to be the garage feature from our housing data frame, and we're going to select the mean of that feature. So let's look at that mean. It's 1978. So the average garage was built in 1978. Whenever we find a missing value in our data frame, we're going to ask the data frame to we're going to ask Pandas, to fill in 1978.5. We're going to use Pandas fill_NA function. If I click Shift Tab, I can see that fill_NA, the first parameter it takes is a value. The value I'm going to fill in is garage year mean. And I just press Tab to autocomplete there. I want to do it in place as before. This just means that instead of returning a data frame, it modifies the housing data frame. And there we have it. We filled in the garage year built with mean values from the garage. Alright, let's impute the median to the next category, lot frontage. So for lot frontage, I'm going to take the frontage mean to be housing lot frontage dot mean. And let's just look at that frontage mean. 70. Great. So let's impute that. We have lot frontage dot fill_NA. Frontage mean is our variable, our value, and it's in place. Perfect. So we filled the lot frontage with the average value. Alright, let's impute the mode. So filling the mode is a little bit different from the other two strategies. I'm going to find the basement condition value counts, and this is going to show me for each condition how many times it appears. And I can see that the TA condition appears 1,300 times. It's a fairly good guess that for every missing value, the most likely value it would be the TA condition. So we're going to fill in basement condition with TA. And again, I'm just using tab to autocomplete, and I'm remembering to do in place equals true each time. If you forget the in place equals true, the series will show up like this. And so we just want to type in place true, so it doesn't return the series but modifies the data frame. And now we can check, are there any missing values that we missed? Let's look at it, the data frame. Housing.isNull.sum. The null values from our housing data frame, and let's sum them all up together. Great. 0 in each category. That's exactly what we want to see. Now we can use this data for our machine learning algorithms. Alright, your challenge is to now go download the data yourself. On the entire data set, I want you to run this function, which is a little bit complicated, so if you don't understand it, that's okay for now. And this will show you all of the columns that have at least one missing data point. Then you can select 2 columns to impute values to. Doesn't matter what they are, just choose whichever strategies you think are best. If you happen to know a bit about sklearn, you can also check out sklearn's imputer. The imputer does a lot of these things for you, and you can see that they have a strategy parameter which will calculate the value to impute based on whatever strategy you specify. Alright, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.